This video is for plugs inspections for 2018. It's an updated video. These city's website has changed a little bit from 2017, so this video will hold all the updates. First thing I need to mention is that I'm making this video on a Mac. Of course, the machines at work are PCs, so all the same principles still apply, but I'm just doing this on a Mac. We want to fire up Chrome as our web browser. We want to type in the website that the city's given us. You can see it up here. It's http://service.stlouis-mo.gov/cityworks. When you type in that web page, you're going to be brought here to a login screen. Go ahead and put in your engine company name and number and the password that the city's given us, and click Office, OF. All right. Have this page that pops up. The first thing we're going to do is click this Trifold Map that's in the upper right hand corner. And that's going to open up a second tab. It's important you keep the two tabs open while you're doing plug inspections. Alright, here's the map that it pops up with. Your map may look a little different. There may be purple and blue lines all over it. That's different layers that the map can have. So let's tweak it a little bit to the way we want it. So we're going to click Legend up here, and if you don't have any of these buttons up here like Legend and Selection, and another one, we're going to use one called Base Maps. You can turn them on and off. So I'll turn on Base Maps, turn off Base Maps. You can click these ones on the left here. Here's Legend, make sure it's checked, and click Legend. And it should pop out a screen on the right, a window on the right. And really the only ones we need checked are hydrants checked and the little eyeball. All this other stuff you can turn off. You just don't need it for what we're doing. Okay, so anyway, so we've got, these are the only things I have checked. Hydrants, you're not going to be able to inspect unless you have this check marked, because this lets us make it selectable, and obviously the eyeball makes it lets us see the plugs on the map. So if you have trouble, double check these here. Show our Legend. Now come to Tools and click where it says Base Maps. Base Maps is going to give us a button up here if you don't already have it. Click Base Maps. Oh, there it was. Sometimes when you click those buttons, the window may pop out like this, and it may not. So just click over here and look at Base Maps. There's a bunch of different types of maps that you can select, but I would suggest you just click Streets, because Streets gives us not only the plug locations and the lines of the streets, but gives us the street names, which will help you navigate. And also, as I zoom in, you can see the outlines of buildings. So if you have a large building as a landmark, that can kind of help you out too. Alright, we're done with Base Maps. I can shut that. I have the map the way I want it, and I have hydrants that I can see, and then I can select them and work with them. Alright, and I would suggest leaving this navigation bar and this selection bar open, just because you're going to need them. And also you can see that the map is kind of small, so I'm going to make my screen as large as possible. Alright, we want to inspect a fire hydrant now. Alright, so I just hit this button here, this target button, and that brought me to where I am right now, over at the firehouse. So I'm going to go find a fire hydrant that we checked today that needs to be inspected. Now, just a quick thing, if you don't remember from last year, green fire hydrants are ones that need to be inspected, whether they've never been inspected or it's been a full year since they have been inspected. Gray dots are the silver tops, yellow dots are gold tops, and red fire hydrants are obviously a red dot. Alright, so let's select this fire hydrant here. There's a couple different ways. One is to grab this box here, and you can draw a box around it. That's one way. And we see the fire hydrant pop up. Another way, which I found works pretty well, is this select kind of dot here, this point. And you can just point at a fire hydrant. there's another one. So let's go back to our first fire hydrant. There we are. I'm going to point at it, and it pops up here. All right, so this number here, this H1 6G1 40023, that's the kind of like, you can think of it as the serial number of the fire hydrant, its identifier. That's it right there. I always kind of make a mental note of that number. And we're going to click the Save button. Sometimes this is quick, sometimes it takes a while. Okay, I clicked the Save button. It said it was complete. Now we're going to jump back to this first tab, and we're going to click Inspections. All right, and now we're going to click Create. Alrighty, there we go. We have the plug to be inspected. Alright. Now there's two ways to put in your inspection date. You can click and enter your date and time, or you can just double click and it'll put your current time in right now. This is really handy if you're inspecting on the fly in the pumper. Inspected by, we're going to put in our engine company. Is a hydrant operable? Yes. Dome color, it is a silver top. And here we can put in any deficiency here. We can check off any deficiencies or problems with the fire hydrant. Real quick, to back up to is hydrant operable, if you click yes, it means adequate flow for fire tech. If you click no, it means lacks adequate flow for fire tech. Okay, so yes, it's okay. There's no problems with this fire hydrant. And is it the correct location? Is there a fire hydrant where there is, in real life, where there is on the map? Yes. Okay, and then we will come back up here, and we're going to hit Close. Close is really of a save and close feature, so we'll just hit Close. Okay, that's done. Now to check our work, we can go back to the CityWorks website. I'm sorry, the city map, that second tab that we opened. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes you can kind of hit this refresh button, and if you look where my pointer is, that now is showing as a silver top plug instead of the green dot. So that one is done and selected and inspected.